Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of the Crit Files, your once weekly follow-up podcast of the hit, the in at the end, actual play, D&D Let's Go We Play podcast.
Grav.
Yeah.
Grav.
We're on his tail. We're close.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
so close. And I will say, pretty impressed that through this entire thing, we really didn't take a lot of damage.
No.
We didn't really get into a big scrap, honestly.
Yeah,
I haven't
And there were
taken
literally-
any of my
It
own
could have been
health.
really bad.
Hordes of people.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, this could get really bad. We fucked those two librarians up.
You did.
Mhm.
I
Real
didn't
quick.
do really anything
What?
to them.
I mean, I did like 40 damage.
He did a lot of damage.
I think it was
Yeah,
between
I
between
guess
the
I
two
did
of you,
Eldritch
you
Blast
junked
one
them.
of them, so...
What's
Haven't
their...
used
I-
just
I-
their
hit
smite
point.
yet either.
Just
I
about
hit
80.
I hit every
Wow.
attack that
I think
made.
one of the
So-
the second one that died was like high 70s,
Wow.
and so I would just shaved off the
I am
automatic hit points.
I am the only one that hit Grav, and I'd like to note a piece of his armor fell off when I hit him, so his AC went down. So just a note for the
Just,
DM.
you know,
0.01%.
put that out
Good to know.
there,
So if
yeah.
you've lost some parts of your armor, your AC goes down.
But your attack goes up. Yeah, that's a problem.
Good
Oh,
news. My
interesting.
armor wasn't doing anything anyway, so
14 AC.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what is... why
Maybe
don't
somebody
you have
needs to take a
armor?
look at my character sheet and tell me
You
if
need
I
to get better
calculated it
armor.
wrong.
You just have leather armor, I
Yeah.
imagine, because you've
Yeah.
got a +3 dex and then
Yeah.
+1 on the armor. Yeah.
Yeah, but you clearly have better armor since we've been traveling.
No.
I mean, I haven't made it a part of the story.
It hasn't been a priority.
There
Yeah.
are other things with your character sheet I always wonder. Like, why don't you have Hunter's Mark as a ranger?
I have favorite foe instead.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes
I mean,
sense.
it's a
So
spell.
we're not being
It's
optimized.
a, it's a choice between.
I mean,
Hunter's Mark
just
always feels like
make
a
the best
feature.
character possible.
Kidding.
I guess that's true.
I mean, that's what I always do, but
I'm always trying to optimize that like damage, so I'm always thinking like, ooh, +6 damage. I don't know what favorite foe does, but
+6. Well, I mean, a D6 now.
oh,
Mhm.
So
that's pretty nice.
It's what Hunter's Mark should be.
Oh.
Is what it is. It's an inbuilt feature you can take instead of I forget the other one.
Right.
But gives you you can.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, in the
you
new
can, you
ranger,
can only
No,
do
but
it
let's
3
keep this
times
up.
a day.
That is the
you can
same-
mark 3 people because it's your proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
no, I don't.
that's
I don't
so that's
remember
the way that
Have
the
you been
revised
playing it
ranger works is that you can cast Hunter's Mark up to
What
the
shit
amount
were
of
you saying?
times that
Gotcha.
you're proficient. So maybe
The
that's
one he
what
took
you're-
it's an optional boon from Tasha's.
oh.
said,
So
have
it
you been playing
replaces
it wrong?
favorite enemy with
Oh,
favorite foe,
that's
and
cool,
just gives
though.
you a
there's
damage
specific
bonus.
ways you're supposed to play.
Okay, so you can't. So you do have your
That's a
proficiency.
right way to play this make-believe game,
He was,
Caleb.
I was just thinking maybe we crossed wires on that. So
Any other questions? I'm an open book.
We'll just
are you still
optimize your
using
character
the most
for you.
basic ass like crossbow too?
Yeah. Why don't you just give us your character?
I have a
and
dagger.
Yeah,
that I don't
optimize
use.
it.
You
We'll
use it to
optimize
break a
it.
lock.
It's okay.
It's fine.
We're gonna
You did
optimize.
break
We're
a
gonna
lot.
optimize. We're gonna
And it was
optimize.
really, really cool.
I
Like,
do think it's like,
I was impressed.
I mean, the defense you have is the cloak.
Right.
He's got the cloak of displacement.
Range and cloak is kind of what I rely on
wait.
instead of
When
AC.
did this cloak enter the picture?
They don't know really about that. So I have a cloak of
They
displacement.
don't know. You want to talk about kissing up?
I guess that's true.
Secrets with the
I guess that's
DM.
true. Yeah.
When did you
What?
get
That's why.
cloak?
That's what.
From the very beginning.
You know what? He has always been like this.
My
his quilt.
my quilt is my
That's
cloak
his
of
quilt.
displacement
Always
Oh.
been like this.
I don't think I've ever heard you though tell Alex
because I
See?
haven't made it
Yeah,
public knowledge.
see?
he has this game.
Yeah. This whole-
because he says
this whole time.
disadvantage.
in this,
Yeah.
in this,
And
this is
that's
the
a
only time
reminder too. And I've spilled the beans. I feel. I
No,
apologize.
it's totally fine.
Oh, that's a
I
cool idea for your
distinctly
quilt.
remember-
I was just waiting for somebody to ask. Because
For sure. Yeah.
You're like, why
Like,
does
why
he
does he
get
get
disadvantage all the time?
I
Like,
never heard you get.
I know it
disadvantage
was really
before.
pretty cool, and I was like, okay, well, there's something that he has apparently.
Well, I just assumed
think
that,
about
like I was kind of thinking that maybe when I wasn't listening because I was looking at my own character sheet, like
Yeah.
I
you
was
cast
definitely-
blur or something.
No,
I don't
no,
know.
no, no,
yeah, I was
no.
definitely thinking about what my character.
I
was gonna do
distinctly
next.
remember, okay, and he says, well, because no one asked. Okay, this is bullshit. All right, because, and here's why. I remember in the last campaign when, you were the genie, right, guy?
Oh yeah, Arthur.
Yeah. Anyways, in that one, I remember distinctly asking Caleb, I go, hey, what is your class and race? Like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, okay. What are we playing this close to the chest? Like, for what reason? And he's like, yeah, no, I just always have this mask on. I was like, okay, cool.
Have you earned it? Have you earned it? Have you gained the trust?
Earned it? Oh my god!
Have you earned it, Dash?
in this campaign, we're friends since childhood.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, we know.
So
what's going
why
on.
haven't my friends asked me
You
since we
owe
got
us
back
an
together
explanation.
why I keep imposing disadvantage on attackers?
I never noticed it until this session. That's what I'm saying. It really stood
Thanks
out.
for
as like a first
noticing me.
Next
and paying
character I
attention.
make, I'm not telling you guys shit about my guy.
Has he,
That's
honestly, what does it matter? What does it matter
Like, I want
as
to
far
not
as
give any
Oh, it
like
doesn't.
meta information away.
Oh,
I'd just be like, yeah, I do this stuff and this stuff, and
No, it doesn't matter. I was just, how did we even get on this? I was just curious
I mean,
when
we
you
just
got when you got the cloak, because this is literally the first time I've heard.
So it's part of when we all separated.
Yeah.
it was
Part of my
magic
training.
item.
Yeah, part of my training made my cloak the cloak
Cool.
of displacement.
So what about our cloaks? Because I died with my cloak on.
What was the magic item you got when we started?
I finally used the magic item.
You did.
sensor or
Milo
something?
used it
started
today.
with.
Oh yeah, you're right. I had that cool magic
Yeah.
sensor that repels undead people.
So that's
That was
the
a cool item.
slot it filled.
Are these guys undead?
No,
We got a whole.
I'm
They're just
using
regular
an
people.
undead
Stat
stuff
block?
for stat block for this stuff,
So I can.
but they're not undead
Okay.
because they're alive followers.
I think I did try to use my boots at one point, and then I decided not to use. It was when we were fighting the guards.
I feel
at
like
the gate.
you've used them
Like,
before.
it's
Yeah.
like it was like this. It was like the second or third session.
I
and
think
we
there
were
was
fighting
a
and I was like,
point-
no, I'm just not going to do
and
that.
you
Exactly.
slid under.
We
You
ended up
slid
not
under.
doing
You
it.
slid under some beast's belly.
No, I can do that like anytime.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe the crab.
You like.
Maybe.
No, I think I just went.
I think it was the
crab.
guards. That initial fight with the guards. I
And-
think
but
we
I
were going to
didn't.
use it, but then we ended
But then
up
I
not
didn't.
doing it.
I do recall. Yeah, the guard fight. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I was going to use it, but then I didn't. But I finally used it,
Nice.
and it worked.
Yeah.
I do have a.
That
Except
worked well.
I didn't make the mistake, and I didn't explode my guy at the end of my turn.
True.
And
You could have killed that other guy.
That-
Well, no, they've turned into a swarm.
Yeah.
They were individuals before, and now I have them acting as a.
and that caused all
That was
kinds of
horrible.
confusion, and I felt bad about that. And
Oh,
But it worked.
That's what it was. You guys were talking crap about my character build. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh.
And how my AC is only 14.
Well, that's
I brought that up
excusable.
because that is crazy. I'm going to hit you so hard now. Watch out.
If you can hit me,
I mean,
That's
I
true.
guess 14 when you have disadvantage is like pretty okay.
That's-
yeah.
yeah,
What?
kind
that's
of.
fine. It's like me taking half damage.
I would take that trade. Yeah.
how's
I'm
the fire
pretty
doing
average
on the thing?
Yeah,
You
dude.
guys haven't seen it, so you're
But-
not sure.
Meta though.
but
Yeah,
we
we're
went up
gonna
You
save it
said
till after.
meta.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
said
you
that's
said
a
we could
meta
talk
game.
about it.
because you guys haven't, because you might not see it.
But you
But
said
if you
we could
did,
talk
then
about
we
it
could-
now.
I mean, it's still on fire.
But like
but it,
on
we
a
didn't
scale
see
of
it.
I mean,
0
it's only
to.
been a few minutes.
I mean, we can't have everything in meta.
But that was pretty good though, right? Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good.
You did
Tell me
good
I'm
job,
Okay,
Dash.
thank you.
I mean, you progressed the story.
I mean, you
I
killed
just-
2 librarians. That was
Yeah,
pretty good.
I so deeply need validation.
Dash is the only one that's
No, I
done
think that's
anything this
definitely
this
happening.
whole episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't hit a single person.
I didn't feel like a good barbarian by not initiating the combat. That kind of made me feel bad, but
Well,
I was the first one out of the.
You were trying really
out of the warehouse.
You did murder some civilians though.
I didn't murder. Well, they are.
One is
That-
dead.
One is dead.
And what
One's
happened with my
I think
bonfire?
2
down
are
there?
dead. I didn't want them to.
It's like murder too. Like
Hey.
reckless
heard that a lot of
murder.
times.
manslaughter. It's manslaughter.
Yeah, yeah. Can of fish on the stairs?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
a fish on the stairs? That tripped somebody?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when we were
That
thinking
was
about
good.
ways to light our arrows on fire, can of fish would have been good. We could have just skewered a fish on
sardine.
each arrow.
Is the fish flammable?
Well, the oil
The
is.
oil is.
Yeah.
Is it really?
100%. Yeah.
Well, you guys were just
100%. You say that.
You're down
so
with
sure.
that.
Of
that
course-
fish oil is
of
I,
flammable.
course.
I have
Fish
not
oil
said
is-
yes to
But
this.
manure's not flammable.
Manure's not flammable.
No.
It is flammable.
It's
Open
not
it.
though.
They build
Fertilizer.
they build bombs
chemical
out of
fertilizer.
I
Yes.
like manure on
Fertilizer's
fire
like
every day.
chemically flammable.
Well-
like if you apply pressure and heat to
always
it.
I just want to
lighting my
remind you
shit
Also,
on
guys.
fire.
this is Haven, not this world.
Okay.
I'm going to remember
So
that one.
physics-
I'm gonna remember
Physics
that.
be damned.
Yo, why did I even bother with fucking
100%.
Pythagorean's theorem?
I'm a halfling.
Math
with,
exists.
With I'm a halfling with 8 intelligence, so you shouldn't ever listen.
Oof.
To me.
Yeah.
So
Wow, that explains so
Yeah.
much.
I didn't spend much time in school. You guys remember I was always trying to get out of classes.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that was the
Yeah.
first thing your character did.
Let's get out of
Yeah.
class.
You tried to lead
Yeah.
like a student rebellion.
Yeah, I tried
and
to
leave.
get everybody, but
Yeah.
you guys came with me,
Come
so
on,
that was
guys.
good enough.
and Brooch.
And Brooch.
Yeah.
And everything went to shit after that.
I like how split up the group was
That was terrible.
Yeah.
with this. I loved it. I think it came together really well.
Yeah.
I love how Dash was like, "Sweet, I'm gonna get in," and went in the window, and it's like, "Shit, this isn't
I
the."
was like, God damn it, it's not even the right building. I spent all the time riding around on my goddamn horse.
But also
Nothing.
that
You
that
look
was
cool doing it.
that was a killer
Yeah,
killer
thank
move.
you.
Your
Yeah.
summon steed out of nowhere.
I don't know
Yeah.
why that made me think about Elden Ring so much.
Oh,
I know,
for
yeah,
sure.
just jumping and
Just jumping on torrent.
Oh man.
Um,
So is this steed like one that you have on call, or is it just you call a nearby steed to you?
yeah.
No, the
It's just
find
like-
steed spell is just basically you summon this mount and you can
Right.
pick
Mhm.
what kind it is.
Kind
It
of
is
like
Elden
find-
Ring.
Find like
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like find familiar. So
Okay,
it
okay.
could be like a mastiff, you know?
Okay.
That's one of
Is
the
it
even
Dark Age of
descriptions they
Camelot
give.
had a
It's
similar
like a
name, so-
paladin.
Dark
thing.
Age of Camelot. What a great game.
It's a paladin spell.
Yeah, it's a paladin spell.
Other classes can take it.
Yeah, it's fun.
How
Fine.
long has it been
It's just so funny to hear-
since
I summon
Grav-
Fine Steed and I jump on.
since Grav left, and then we've gotten up to the top of the stairs where we
Not
paused
very long.
in like real time.
Getting up the stairs, a few minutes.
So the question is, would my Hexblade's curse? I mean, I wasted it on that guy. I cast it, and then I guess I did 3 damage, but so it's off now.
How long's it last?
1 minute.
Oh, it's just 1 minute?
Yeah.
Then it's off for sure. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, that's something. Potentially, I could have kept my rage a little bit longer if I had my dad's ring. But
Yep.
I don't have my dad's ring.
Oh yeah.
What'd you do then?
I gave it back to him.
Yeah, because he severed all.
Mistake. You should have given it to me when I really made the pitch for it back in the alley.
I told him to give it to my brother, who I have never named and don't actually know anything about.
Cool.
Actually, I might
When you guys tell me about family members, like, do I know that one?
it might have been my no. I do have a sister.
You have a sister.
and she is a named sister. I told him to give it to her.
You know what?
Is she hot?
How is Simon and only Simon has to have like a dozen siblings.
Yeah,
I think Simon has a lot of cousins.
Oh, yeah.
but he's
that-
an only
yeah.
child. Oh,
Why?
oh, that says a lot about
Maybe I'm with
Simon.
like human parents that adopt like
no.
at the
Parents are
shelter.
tabaxi, though, right?
We
Right.
all
Your
just
parents-
disagreed with you.
Yeah.
No.
I've been fixed.
No,
absolutely
we
have-
don't
I've been
like
fixed
that.
and adopted.
I don't
Okay,
know why.
Where's your
but
character sheet? Let us
I
fix
think
it.
Simon
Yeah,
has
we're
an
gonna write your
extended
background.
family.
having a lot of cousins.
I'm not
and
saying
being
I'm an orphan, okay? I'm not
You-
going that route.
No.
I'm just
But I now that we think about it, I do feel like you have a lot of only child energy. with
Yeah,
Simon.
he's
Yeah.
definitely he is an only.
I mean,
child
that's
that
the-
has a lot of cousins.
that's
and I
how
totally
it's been
see
played.
it.
That's how it's been played, and so I think maybe you're right, but it just
mean-
doesn't make sense to me. Like when a cat gives birth, it's
So
yeah, but
they're
these
not
are tabaxi.
cats.
This is Haven.
now in my
humanoid
mind.
We talk a lot about how they're cats, right?
Yeah.
But
They're humanoid.
They're
Cats.
just people. They're just folk.
Yeah, could you? I guess imagine
They don't have
giving birth to
litters.
several.
Right. I don't think
Humanoid
that's
cats
the case.
at one time.
That's not a hard and fast rule that tabaxi have a litter.
It
I
should
think
be.
they're humanoids.
well,
and they
then
have
even I
whatever
do
makes
think
sense
it could
for the
be
story in that
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
it could be kind of a similar idea if like your parents had a bunch of big litters, but then you were the only one in your litter.
I'm the,
The only one
runt.
that survived.
I ate the rest.
All the
Ooh, there we
other
go.
babies.
Just
that
that's
they
why he was so
had.
willing to kill people at Quilton when we were escaping.
That's true. He has the
Guys,
most blood.
you don't know. You haven't seen my sheet. you don't know what's.
That's true. We don't know.
He's
his...
the dark urge
Yeah.
in Baldur's Gate 3.
There's a hunger inside Simon.
Interestingly, though, I think that would make all like there's 3 of us that are only children. You don't have a sibling.
I mean, now that I know of, I mean, my mom could have been a real.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I mean,
Yeah,
my
I know-
dad.
That's Ace's mother you're talking about.
My other mother.
I do, yeah, because I think Ben's an only child because I
yeah,
kind
there's a lot of
played
we're
the-
we're only children.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I know.
I
Yeah.
definitely made an effort to
I kinda
not
played the
be an
single
only
mom
child.
thing,
Like
like-
it was one of those things where
What?
it's like I'm not going to be an only child.
Yeah.
It makes sense if I'm an only child because it's like my
Yeah, the
mom's in
whole-
the church. It's like she had this one night kind of thing
With
with a
Yeah,
mysterious
Celestial.
stranger, celestial. So it wouldn't,
What race is your mom? I thought I knew,
Alex.
but now I'm
I
not
thought
sure.
she was human.
I thought she was a dwarf.
I thought she was
Really?
human.
But you were
my mom's
but you were
a
like
dwarf.
human.
No, she's human.
Human,
And
okay.
my dad would have been Asimar.
Divine of some sort.
Divine of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spirit came upon her.
Makes
Let's just say that
Okay,
she
no,
wanted
that's what
some of
that's
that
what I was thinking.
Ew.
That's what I was thinking.
I pictured her as a
Ew.
dwarf.
That's my
just
mom.
in mine.
Innocent
right, yeah.
wordplay.
In my mind, I pictured her as a dwarf.
That's just
Like when
that's
we
just-
were rescuing her and stuff.
Well,
That's just
she's not.
cleric
She's
prejudice.
human. So
That's
stop
cleric
fantasizing out loud. I'm not prejudiced. She could have been a dwarf. She could have been a dwarf. Fine. You want her to be a dwarf? She's a dwarf. She's a little dwarf lady. Little dwarf lady.
No,
Little
no.
dwarf lady.
No, we only have one dwarf mother in this group, and it's mine.
Dwarf
Okay,
mother.
she's a human then. She's a human.
Okay.
He's human. Yeah.
That
That's what I thought.
that
But
does
for some reason, I
change
had
things.
elf in my head too, and was like, "Is that an elf?" No, human.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I don't know if I really ever even specified.
Okay.
But I
Ace's
would
whole
just go
family,
with him.
halflings, all halflings. Just
Wow.
Why are you so
Yikes.
adamant
I'm
about
just,
that?
I'm just saying.
Hey, Ace's family, we keep the bloodline.
It's all halflings.
Only halflings for us.
kind of a thing.
If they get over 4 feet tall, we kick them from the family tree.
No mixing here.
I do think that's very much a dress cue thing. Like that
Yeah,
family
that
is
makes
like,
sense.
you know, they
Wait, so is
want
dress
them to
rescue
be-
a halfling?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I imagine him
Anytime
as a
I've
human.
Oh, I
mentioned
would've
a-
punted that
anytime
guy
I've
off.
mentioned a dress cue, they've been a halfling.
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're
Totally
like one of
forgot
these
about that.
noble families. Yeah, they suck. And Ace doesn't suck because he's cool, but
No, he just sucks for different reasons.
I mean his family.
Oh no, he sucks. He just sucks for very different reasons.
I love to just be like,
manageable
I'm
reasons.
gonna punch you. Just don't.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
that
had
was
so
good.
much fun playing these followers and like breaking the social contract that we have of like, oh, you guys can say your things and I'll let you say it, and then I'm just interrupting.
Yeah.
These guys, you know, they
and,
don't.
and they respond
they-
in a way that almost makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
like
No,
like,
no.
no,
It's
but
fine.
Grob
You-
said
no,
this.
It's this way. Come on.
That,
Yeah.
that doesn't make
no,
sense.
no.
Like,
I'm gonna go talk to Grob.
Not
Yeah.
almost makes it makes sense.
I'm
It
gonna
makes sense,
punch
Alex.
you.
Everything you've done makes perfect sense.
Everything I know.
And then I have to punch.
turn his mic off.
Yeah.
But I enjoy punching innocent civilians.
Next
Yeah.
episode,
It's a
I
good
have
time.
2 magical malls.
And that's, you know, that was kind of the big thing for this that I wanted
know,
to
guys.
do was like, it's not going to be the guys you want to hit that are going to be in your way.
Yeah.
It's going to be these people
And
that
that sucks.
some things happen to them.
It doesn't
yeah,
bother
sure,
Simon,
yeah.
apparently.
And we know because we've experienced all
Right,
of
like
these
other
bugs.
people wouldn't
Like,
know.
We know that they are not bad people. They're just a little confused by these bugs.
We're not murder hobos, right?
No.
Okay.
You started that way,
Well,
but
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was-
think so anymore.
That was
Yeah.
wild.
I think, yeah. You have-
I did murder a civilian too. I think there was 2.
We've had a few desperate like
Not two. I
campaigns
think it was
start.
just
I think it
one.
was just
They
the
became a
one.
swarm, and so they have a
Situational.
whole. They have much more. You know, it's not individual damage happening on them.
Yeah.
well,
So
yeah.
that's good at least.
Only one of them. The other ones might die in the confusion. Who knows?
I didn't have the intention to kill them, and I specifically said my frump would not kill them. So
Right.
the frump's got a
I
will
am
of
not
its
a
own.
murder hobo.
And yeah, you weren't hitting him with your weapons. You were hitting him
I
just
punched
you were
him.
just punching him.
I punched him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
death.
I'm not sure why
One
I
did die.
instantly.
Oh, you should have added your
Rage.
rage drink.
to
Yeah.
the punches.
for sure.
Oh, is that the +2 you were talking about?
Yeah.
I'm also not sure
It's like
what it
punches
says that I
polished.
instantly imagined that it was like body horror at the end with like Corgan and Dorgan being the bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I was like convinced. I was like, no, you killed our friends.
We like harvested some wolf
that's-
heads, right?
That was kind of what my thought was
Yeah.
because they took the like robot
the
barghest
steel-
guys.
yeah, the
Oh,
steel-
right. Forgot about
Yeah, that
those.
like, whew,
cyber dogs.
you know.
yeah.
I assumed what you guys were gonna do was to sneak in and pretend to be
It crossed my mind
the followers,
for sure. Yeah.
That would have made sense.
and so the idea would have been to have
Hindsight, that was a
Grab
better
like have a
plan.
speech for everything. That was the one thing I was sad we didn't do.
Oh.
I tried
Do
to
you
get
wanna
a
say it
little
now?
bit of into it.
Do you want to say it now?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
What
I'll
would
tell
it-
you. I mean, the big thing was like he was going to be very thankful to everyone and say they had a week to do all this stuff before Alistair
to
gets
get
here,
ready, right?
but also apologetic because he found out you guys were here, and to tell them to tell a librarian if they see you guys, and then list all of your names. You know,
we lean over.
Ebenezer
Boy, we should
Colfane,
really find those
Adrian
guys, huh?
Whitaker, Simon Monroe, Valen Blackwood. Give the races, and then it'd be like, if you guys are here or something, it's like, okay, now are you gonna hide or what are you gonna do?
Yikes.
That would have been.
That was
cool.
the scene that
That's
we
a video
didn't
game
quite get
cutscene
to.
right there.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That would have
Yeah.
been cool, but I like Dark Chaotic.
I think what you guys did
Throw
was so
shit
much
covered
better.
javelin up and then
Yeah.
run in.
I don't know.
I love the idea of you guys sitting on the roof and all of a sudden you're like, guys, what should we...
yeah.
No. Surely that was another flaming javelin.
That was a I don't think...
He wouldn't have done that without
That
talking to us
couldn't have
first,
been
right?
That was something funny. It was like Ace is like, nah, Val's he's a straight level headed
That
guy.
was funny. I like that.
I'm
that
glad
made me
though
laugh.
because we were all kind of struggling. Like we wanted it to go. We wanted it to set this thing off, but
yeah, I
none
had
of us
a Rocky.
knew quite how to.
You know, we talk about this a couple times where one of the things that was hard about playing remotely was like getting into the like that flow state, that like hypnosis when you're playing. Much easier in person, but
I think that's what I kind of gave Dash when I was like, oh, his character wouldn't do that.
Right.
And it just
And
kind of like,
that's such a fun prompt, too, because
Yeah.
then it's like, well, now I got to
Well,
okay.
but that was the thing. I was so scattered at the start of this because somebody was like texting me something important, and I was like, and so I was like, so like, wait, oh crap, okay, yeah, we got to move this forward. And then I was like, I was slowing us down by like being so scattered, and it took me literally until we started running through the thing to really get present for it and like get zeroed in on like what I was doing. Because you know that's one of the things, like when you're role playing, you're trying to think about that. You know, you don't
Yeah.
think about like being present for those moments. Like, you know, we talk about it a lot, but
It's definitely, it's a balance between those two things of like preparing what you want to do,
Yeah.
knowing what's going on, and then also being in the moment and like taking those cues and reacting.
Yeah.
Because you want to have both. You want to be able to react to the fun things that are happening, and you want to be able to
You want to
know what you're doing
You
with
want to
your
give fun
D&D
things
rules.
for other people to do too.
Absolutely, yeah.
I
create
was
those opportunities for something cool to happen.
I was really stoked when we saw Grav that I was like, you know, I was hoping for like a really fun little back and forth conversation, but
you might get your chance.
well, I know we
It's
will.
probably
but
gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I was like,
We got to kill some dogs, and then
Yeah.
it was cool that I got to blast him a little bit, and then he ran off.
Mm-hmm.
you did hit him.
I
So-
think that happened while I was in the restroom. I think
It was like my first thing.
Mm-hmm.
you hit some of his armor
I
off?
Eldritch blasted him, and yeah, he just described it being cool, and I didn't actually break. His
I'll
armor
listen.
off, but
Took like a shoulder
Yeah.
pad off.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do think
out of his blazer.
when we get up to
Well, he's
go
got
fight
big
him,
armor. They've all got plate armor. Is the thing like they are, you know, they're well armored. They're paladins.
Yeah, I didn't like that because they. I mean,
It didn't really
I
matter.
think
to
I
me very
rolled
much.
like a 16 or something to hit.
Yeah,
and
18 AC with plate armor.
I was
Yeah.
a little miffed about that.
I got a +8.
A +8
No, 7. +7.
to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think I got a +6.
I hit
on my-
pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
I have that for my spells.
Oh, your weapon does a thing now.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. You just, you know,
I'll
try it
find
out. Try it out.
I've been hitting with it today. So.
Oh yeah. Just, you know, whenever you want to, you know, just pull the ripcord on that and try it out. As long as there's some enemies nearby, we'll make it work.
Like a swarm of
Do we need to worry
Summer
about?
guys would be great
Would
with
be
it.
great,
Yeah.
okay.
Do we need to worry about friendlies being nearby?
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. I always hate it when that happens.
For
It's
sure.
like,
No, I was thinking
Fuck
about
that.
that. I'm like, no, that's
Try
a
it out,
bad
Milo.
idea.
Try
Just put
it out.
centered fireball. But no, I've got something. It does a big thing.
That's exciting.
Wow, big.
I wanna do it.
You know.
Can
Well,
can we know the quantity like per day recharge rate?
Once a day.
Okay.
Oh, that's real big. Then.
How many enemies
Yeah.
can it hit?
A few. Whoever's in an area.
How big's the area?
We're getting too specific.
Is the area
and I
bigger
think
than?
I think it'll be fun when it happens.
Stop when we get to that area size.
Yeah.
It casts darkness.
It's not.
Is it
it's not
within-
crazy?
Is
but,
it within melee range?
We're getting
Because
too,
that
we're
would be
getting too
different.
fancy.
Let's,
We're
we'll,
getting too
we'll
fancy.
get to it. We'll
Yeah.
get to it.
Should I have cast fog or not?
No,
No,
never.
I
No, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Don't
I think
cast
you're
fog.
fine.
I feel like
Yeah.
fog is a sneaky thing, or a running
In order
away
to
thing.
sneak.
This fog
Yeah.
rolls
And
through.
so does it not convey disadvantage
If
to people?
so,
Like,
so
if my
in
buddies
essence,
are
it's
trying to
just-
get-
maybe
it's
for, like,
obscured.
range.
Like if you're in it, then people are blind,
Right.
and so you can't target them. Or if you can target them, they're going to have disadvantage.
I feel like it's like similar to darkness, is it not? I mean,
It's pretty much the same thing,
right.
Yeah, except
except there's
There's-
some
apparently
There's some
interactions
people
that
that
are
can
different.
see. in
fog
darkness,
cloud though
too.
is a level. Wait, is it a level 2 spell?
I don't think so.
No, it's a level 1 spell,
Yeah.
right? So what the hell? My level 2 spell is the same as your level 1 spell. I feel like I'm being ripped off.
But
Mine's a 20-foot cube.
Nobody
or
can
20
see
foot
within it.
something or other.
in fog though, but you can see within.
Yeah,
Well, that's a warlock thing
Darkness.
specifically.
yeah, that's just for me. Yeah, mine's I don't know.
Because
It's,
what I was thinking was like, well,
15
we're
foot radius
messing
even,
with
so-
this door, keep them scrambling, and I was thinking like if they don't know who they're grappling up with,
Mhm.
like
Might
that,
get
that-
tickled with each other.
right?
Yeah.
that's
I-
that's
no.
why I was thinking about casting it, but then everyone was like, that doesn't do anything.
No, it was a good idea. I just think it's about the way that you're going to cast it. Like
Yeah.
you were thinking about casting it out there, where they would then just
No,
run right
no, no,
through
no.
it
I wanted it to be like
on us.
mid or towards basically what you described. Like I wanted it to be on the group immediately around us and back from
Right.
there.
Mhm.
I think that
And-
would have been good, personally.
but-
that's just me. I'm the guy that casts darkness.
But also then
I like to
those
see
people
the
just
stuff I'm
take one step
attacking,
forward
so-
and then they're out of it, and
Yeah.
it's like, what good is that?
Well, yeah, but that's because there was walls in the way, though. I think too. So you
Yeah, it was like a weird
Yeah,
corridor.
I'm not sure I understood
Yeah.
the layout very
Level-
well.
In
Place.
essence, where you were was the very back end of the room where that door is, and so it's like a balcony that goes to the side and then forward. So it's the like narrow end.
Oh,
So
I
everything
see.
was like crammed by the door.
So they'd be bumping into each other trying to find us.
Yeah.
I didn't
But
think
it's
it was a bad idea. It's
same
just
kind of
what
thing. It's to try and impose disadvantage, try and obscure things,
Yeah.
try
Yeah.
and slow things down,
The-
so it gives you opportunities to do other things.
I was tempted to use that several times, like going up the stairs and
Yeah.
like those kind of things, but also web. I have web, and I almost thought
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh,
to
sure.
keep the other librarians from coming up.
And web's a pretty big area too, so,
So-
it still could be useful.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's good that you have.
I still
these-
have them.
I mean,
I still have them now.
I did it
so-
with Grease, so
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good that you still have them going into the
Yeah.
boss fight.
I figure
So-
burn a can of fish. That doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah,
oh, I imagine the
because they do burn.
the mud
Apparently,
is like
yeah.
this really nasty black sludge
Ugh.
from like the area that I escaped from, and those.
Oh yeah, it's full of all kinds of organic stuff.
Yeah,
it's like
no,
that.
It's bad.
It's that soil from the Aztec times that you can just put anywhere and it'll replenish the microbiome.
Gross.
yeah, because that's where those boots are from.
Like a stool
Like when I escaped,
transplant
I
or
found
whatever.
Exactly, yeah, because that's kind of that's how I imagine that area. It's just this very life rich place.
Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah, the thickest swamp you can imagine.
And my boots are just constantly with that mud.
Ugh.
Why didn't we ever notice this before? Where you,
It's been
Yeah.
there,
Bro.
It's been
Just
there.
disgusting.
watch your step around the boat.
No,
Yeah.
these boots are gonna come in handy one day, guys.
Trust
sounds
me,
like his-
guys.
Socks are always soggy. Like
Oh,
He
God.
just has trench foot all
Yeah.
the time.
Oh,
Well, where do you think the mud comes from?
what?
God.
I did enjoy
Just
all the
full
poop talk
mushrooms
and,
coming
and
out.
Val coming back with his
I thought we moved past
fecal
that, and, but-
obsession.
and hopefully move past it again.
No,
Yeah,
I
don't
feel like
think-
we need to keep
I
it.
don't think you can set shit on fire, guys.
you
Just
can though.
but like not a fresh shit. You can't take a lighter to your dookie.
There's only one way to
well,
settle
I
this.
mean-
Have you ever been on YouTube?
Let's close.
There's only
this
one
out.
way to
I
settle
don't
it.
know. Like we got to go
Yes.
solve this. Let's
You
put it on-
can, but
let's
you
put it
can
on Twitter.
fart
guys.
onto a lighter.
That's different.
But what if it's a wet fart?
What if it is?
You put it
What do
out
you mean,
immediately.
can't expand? Yeah.
Oh man.
What? You can't light
It
shit on
says the
fire?
big problem with poop is that it has a fairly high water content. Therefore, you can't just light it on fire.
But to be fair,
But this is fantasy.
I
poop.
also thought, I thought we were in Haven.
Also,
When was the last time we said that we drank water?
Also, it's my
in-game.
poop.
Take care of that for you.
Oh.
It's my poop. I'm very dehydrated all the time.
And
I
he's
have the most
he's like
dehydrated poops.
he's like not even alive.
Yeah.
It's basically just pure methane coming out of me.
Gosh.
And have you
Gotcha.
seen cat poop? It
just
comes
doesn't
out real
gas.
dry.
How do you think vampires float? I actually though I was under the impression the whole time that we weren't like talking about extracting our own shit. Like somebody said, let's look for fertilizer. So
Yeah.
I assumed we were looking for dried like
No.
ground up poop
I mean,
compost. or something.
I was
poop.
thinking
I
there
was
were
talking
sacks
about,
of
like, getting the
fertilizer.
bag.
Yeah.
yeah.
In the
You're
warehouse.
talking about just like chemically available,
Yeah.
just chemically available nitrogen is what you're talking about. That is like
That's not what Ace
highly
was talking
processed
about.
but
and
we were in a
requires
warehouse.
technology.
We were in a
but
warehouse.
before nitrogen fertilizer, poop would have been the fertilizer.
Yeah, and what? Yeah, and this is what you do is you just take a bunch of organic matter and let that decompose over the winter.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is the warehouse where they let it all decompose. It's right by the inn.
No, you have it on
Lots
the
of-
field itself,
Makes sense.
and also there's not a farm nearby.
But what does
true.
the city
We're
do with
surrounded
its
by
poop?
desert,
What does
so-
the city do with its poop?
We're just in the sewers.
It goes into the sea.
We weren't in the sewers. We were in a ferry tunnel.
The ferry tunnel is connected to the sewers.
Whoa, hey, my
Damn it.
action figure comes with a QR code I can scan to watch the Final Faction cartoon.
Hell
Sick.
yeah!
It's like a whole thing. Remember, somebody got a comic book. That
It's a whole mythos. That's what we got to do someday. Is
This-
just
Watch all these
role-play
movies.
in Final Faction.
Oh, gosh.
You know,
honestly,
I mean,
The
I got
most-
this really
it's
cool-
impressive.
we've got the minis.
This
Yeah.
guy
yeah.
is
Oh my
fucking
God, this has
scary.
got to be
Yeah.
a war game.
You should see his head move. Like, look at. Oh, you see that?
But that's the thing. This is like the Dollar Tree, like mythology.
Is the Dollar Tree Marvel Cinematic
Yes.
Universe?
Season
Yes.
3.
Yeah.
Season 3 will be based solely off of what we've pulled out of the bag.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Like
That's weird.
Instead
I
of
actually won't
playing-
be available to play.
It's just us pissing on drug tests and taking yellow jacket pills.
Oh wait, okay. You know what? I'm back in. You pulled me
son of a
back,
bitch.
dude.
You know what else? I think I saw that the Dollar Tree had like really cheap like booze samples of like that fake liquor stuff.
oh, what?
Yeah, I would like.
Yeah, that's actually where I get most of my liquor.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
a couple of those and some yellow jackets. It's gonna be a stellar night,
It's
dude.
Valentine's Day. Better pop my.
Dude, it's time to get romantic, babe. We're gonna throw dollar shots and yellow jackets. Anyways, on that
Yeah,
note,
that's
probably-
a good
probably-
place to end it.
This is probably the longest crit files.
It's very long.
With the least amount of useful.
Go to guys. We'll be back. We'll be back on Monday to follow up, see what happens with this whole Grav situation. Until then, go to dndpodcast.org. Support us. Follow us. Subscribe wherever you find your podcasts on your favorite podcast platform. Check out our blog over there as well. Go to bit.ly/humblein. Buy yourself something fancy on humblebundle.com and help us keep the lights on. Otherwise, you can also go to patreon.com/endoftheend and you can always grab your sword and keep on adventuring.